children are assholes, okay? Children are little Hitlers. Because it's what they know. Because for the first couple of years of their life, everything is about them. So, children are kind of narcissistic and shitty. And they have sibling rivalry. They get jealous. But if a child decided that another child deserved to be abused, the adults in the situation are the ones that are supposed to do something about it. No reasonable family would allow a child to simply abuse everybody else in the family because none of the adults could step in and be adults and teach the child to be a human being. Kathy's story doesn't make any sense because it's not what happened. She's turning what I went through back on me to say that it was my fault, that I neglected my sisters. I chose that they didn't go on vacation with us. And it wasn't anything to do with me at all. I was a child at the time. And as a child, even if I was making bad decisions that neglected the rest of my family, there should have been adults to correct that decision. Children should not get to make decisions like that, Kathy. And by you turning it back on me and blaming me and completely casting aside all of the other adults in the situation, right? This was one child against Meemaw, you, Brett, Martha, David, later on Butch and his wife. 7 adults. 7 adults, and not one of them could be an adult to me. Could stand up to none of them could stand up to me. Imagine that. And, there's a lot of blank spots in my memory. Maybe I was a hellion. A lot of neglected kids are. A lot of abused children lash out and they're pieces of shit. That's why you have to love and listen to them to be able to help them. Y'all know the story of Sid and Nancy? Specifically Nancy. She wasn't really neglected as a baby, but she was taken from her mother because she was sick and put in very uncaring situations for the first couple of weeks. It was to save her life, but it left her with a lifelong feeling of abandonment. And she actually is what my aunt claims I was. So if I was that way, it's very possible the neglect from my mother immediately after I was born shaped it. So let's just pretend that what Kathy is saying is the truth. That I stood there and told 7 adults not to take 2 other children to these theme parks. I did that. I chose for my sisters to be not included. Me. Why was it allowed? Why did the adults in the situation allow that to happen, if that happened? Does it really make sense to you in your brain that a non-abusive family would do that? You're fucked up. It's absolutely the most fucked up situation when somebody tells you they've been abused and you were not there and you do not know for a fact either way, but you will go to your grave that it didn't happen. It's fucked up.